All right guys, so we're back at the car wash. I got a customer complaint that the Simoniz hot wax isn't working in the splatter gun. So we're gonna turn that on, dive into it, and see what we got going on. So, got the bay running, turn it straight to hot wax, and you can hear the air coming straight out of the gun. That means we're getting that air on top. We're just not getting that product coming through. So right away, the first thing I'm thinking in my head is that we're having an issue with the Flojet pump. So we're gonna jump over to another bay, turn that one on, make sure we have the same thing going on and that it's common across the board and not just this bay. So let's go check it out. All right, so we're at our second bay, got it running. The little bit of residual that's in the hose, but again, we're not getting any pumping product action out of this splatter gun. It's just all the air assist. So let's hop in the equipment room and troubleshoot our way through this. All right guys, so we're in the equipment room. I still have a bay running, the hot wax, and right now you can hear nothing. And that's because our Flojet pump isn't running. We can hear the air assist going out to the bay, but we can't hear that Flojet actually pumping our product out to the bay. So we can hear the air assist running out to the bay to the splatter gun itself, which means we have air to our AirLogix board, which means we have air to our Flojet pump. It's just our pump is not pumping itself. So my first thought is we have something going on with that pump. I want to get that hot wax up and running as fast as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run out, I'm going to turn the bay off, we're going to get that Flojet changed out, and we're going to get that hot wax working again. All right guys, so we're at the AirLogix board for our Simoniz hot wax and shine. And first thing I'm going to look at is air pressures. I have my air pressure for the air assist to the splatter gun, and then I also have air pressure going to this Flojet pump itself. So that's telling me the pump itself is having an issue. The product is there, the hydrominder has the tank full. We have Simoniz hot wax and water within the tank for the Flojet to draw from, and obviously we're just not pushing that product out. So we know that it's the Flojet itself. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna pop all the hoses off. So we're just pulling those tabs back, popping those hoses off. And another thing you can check here real quick just to make sure that you're holding good air pressure through this regulator is just depress that white check to make sure that you have air there. Obviously you can see that we have air there, and I'm holding that 45 pounds. So I'm going to take off the siphon tube. I'm going to take off the discharge. And honestly, just for testing measures, you can just take this pump itself and hook it up, turn that bay back on, and see if you start moving product. So I got it. Come on. So now we got everything hooked back up. I'm going to let this pump hang here for a second. I'm going to walk out to the bay, turn that function back on, and check and see how everything's operating. Before going through the whole process of ripping this pump off and putting this pump on, you can just quick change the hoses out, make sure that that's your issue, and then finish the process. So let's hop out to a bay, turn that function on, and see what it looks like. All right guys, so we're back out in the bay. We got the new Flojet installed. Let's see what happens. Already you can see the hoses jumping and we're getting product. It looks good. We got a good splatter pattern. It's a nice fan, and I think it would apply very nicely to a car. If you needed to, you could end up tuning that back in, but just changing a pump out Typically, you don't need to retune those pressures. That pump's gonna put out the same amount of product as the old pump did. But there could be a chance that you'd need to. So I'm gonna shut this down. All right, guys, so we got the Simoniz Hot Wax and Shine back up and running through the splatter gun. Changed out that Flojet pump, problems are solved. Didn't really need to tweak the air pressures at all, but if you feel like you want to, don't be afraid to play around a little bit. All right, guys, so we got the bay running, and you can hear that the Flojet itself is actually pumping now. So that's what you're gonna wanna hear anytime you're using a Flojet for a low pressure situation. You should hear that pump running. All right, guys, drop us a comment down below. Let us know what else you wanna see or anything you're curious about, or just give us a call at Kleen-Rite and we'll help you out.